Karingan jadi kajanan ning. Yakalnya kago. Bobo karinunan ka. Karingan jadi kajanan ning. Kari ko yung tama. Yakalnya kajanan.
Yeah, I think it's pretty important that we all come together all across the nation as Indigenous people to do what our people used to traditionally do, and just get back to manage the land.
I've never had anything to do with fire management, and just from the workshop this morning, I've picked up a heap of ideas and concepts I'm introduced to, and my eyes are open. I'm wanting to learn more about it.
I'd like to learn a little bit more about fire management. I'm very lucky that I work with the traditional owners up there, and they're very, very knowledgeable.
One of our strategies of implementing ourselves coming up here to learn the process within the traditional way of burning, because there is none like that. We're just doing HR burns with the forestries and that, and it don't give us any clarity on what to do within the nature of our own land.
The biggest issue at the moment for us is probably a lack of traditional knowledge on how fire was used. There were a couple of old people that I've been exposed to, but unfortunately we've lost those old people now.
It's teaching us a new way of burning so that fires are not hot burns. It'll be better for the environment, better for the natural grasses to come back.
We're going to let the fire do its own thing and trickle through and take its time and burn in a circle. And what that does, it puts that smell, it's a lot slower, and all the animals that are in the system will smell it, and they'll start to climb the trees, little ants, tiny little insects, they'll climb up. Everything smells it and gets away. Because the right timing, the fire will be very small, very slow, and it'll move along.
We're working with graziers to look at their land management and see how traditional burning can actually assist with that.
I'm here with Darryl Paradise on Kings Plains. This is his pastoral country here that he's managing. Darryl, what's happening on the country today?
Well, what's happening here, Victor, we're getting an overgrowth here of this greater grass that's coming off the main road. And it's coming out through all these flats and these hollows, through all this poplar gum country, and wrecking all our native grass. And it's overgrown it, and everything else not getting a chance, choking all them little native legumes out, and we've got nothing left. So we're going to go back now and go back through the time and see if we can correct it with fire again now.
And that's what we're doing this week, now working on Kings Plains and getting a fire workshop happening and trying to reapply fire to kill the weeds, I guess, and reverse this process.
We hope to be able to continue to do this work each year and hopefully prevent the late season fires, but also help improve the weeds that are presently here. To actually treat the area of weeds that there are on this property is going to be would be a huge outlay and cost, and fire is one of the cheapest tools that people have available to them for land management.
The main reason that we're doing this course is to try and get away from chemical spraying, not using that as the sole tool to combat weeds. We're trying to look at sort of the best practice integration, pest management integration, so we can get an early burn in to to knock down the weed species, and then if it come up with a follow through with the herbicides. So it's more about getting all of the tools in our kit so that we can use the best measures possible.
I've had the privilege of working with Dr. Tommy George and his brother when he was alive since 2004. I was originally working with them on their fire research project, and from there, under their guidance, that has grown to educating people across Australia and internationally. It was our aim to integrate Western science to actually empower people and enable them to tell their story. It's quite a complex thing to look at two different worldviews at the same time. But it's not impossible, and I think with the amount of issues that we have facing us in the world today, that we need to build on the knowledges that we have and really come together to help solve those problems.
I can see the advantage in some of this.
I think it's a good thing, really good thing. We need more of it.
I hope that I can convince a lot of people at home to take the time to come up here. It's a perfect little spot in and around here to learn the techniques about fire management. To me, it's opened up a can of worms. I think there's a lot of knowledge that we can tap into, and if we don't start doing it now, we're just going to be treading water like we are and spinning on the one spot.
So it's a great opportunity, not just for everybody to learn those new skills and get that new techniques on the ground, but it's also a great place for us to all network, meet new people, and just build that capacity within each other.
There's a difference in the strategy as well, because most of our fire is aimed at protecting life and property. This fire it's obviously aimed at bringing the country back, but the two things can certainly go hand in hand. If more burning is not going to hurt the species and it's still going to protect life and property, then there's no reason why we shouldn't be burning at a frequency that suits the country.
If we can get more pastorals interested, we can have more fire schools, we can point out and let people see the differences after we've done these trial areas. So hopefully next fire school, I can go out and talk to the pastoralists more, tell them how I'm happy with what happened here, and maybe get more pastoralists to come on board. That's my main aim from here now.